Welcome to another in the series of 4-Minute Fridays from TPM. My name is Bruce Harris, and I'm a Senior AEC Application Engineer here at TPM. Today we're going to be talking about what's new in AutoCAD 2020. The first new feature we're going to discuss is the new block interface. So with that said, let's flip over to AutoCAD. Now over here in AutoCAD, the new block interface is a dialog box. It's a new dialog box, and you can get to it through View, and it's blocks right here. So I had it on, so when I clicked on it, it toggled it off. Now it's back on. Now this new block dialog box basically offers you the best of Design Center, tool palettes, and the old block command all kind of rolled up into one. I really like this new interface. It has 3 tabs to it. The Current Drawing tab, which will show you all the blocks that are in your current drawing. The Recent tab, which will show you all the blocks that you have recently inserted. Now this doesn't apply just to the drawing you're in. It will also show you blocks from other drawings, and it is persistent across editing sessions. And the third tab is Other Drawings, where you can come up here and browse to another drawing, and it will show you all the blocks inside that drawing. So let's show you basically how it works. Now I'm going to go to the Recent tab, and I'm going to grab a block that I recently inserted. Now I'm just going to hold my pick button down and drag and drop it into place. Now the drag and drop interface is fine, but that's not the only interface we have. So let me go back to current drawing here. Say I want to do this door. If I select the door, in fact, before I do that, let me point out one other thing, because I'm going to really need this, is the fact that I can turn on some different capabilities down here. So I'm going to need rotation when I put this in. So let me click on this and go out here and snap to where I want it. And because I have rotation turned on, I can then rotate it into place. Now another nice interface change down here is the ability to repeat placement. So if I wanted to repeat one, I could just go, I want one here, I want one here, I want one here, and keep placing additional copies of the object in question. Now you also have access to opening this dialog box in another way. So let me go up here and I'm going to close it. Then I'm going to go back to the Insert tab of the ribbon and go down to my Insert block. Now you still have the same interface that they introduced recently, but in addition to that, you have recent blocks and blocks from other drawings. Now if you select one of those two, it will open up this interface, this block dialog box, and put you on either the Recent tab or the Other Drawing tab, but obviously you can switch to any tab that you want. Also in this, you can resize your icons, so they could be smaller icons, or you could just get a details or a list view of it. So you're allowed to see this area in several different ways. One of my favorite features in 2012. The next new feature we're going to talk about is the new Purge interface. The Purge dialog box has changed quite a bit, and very much for the better. One of the things that's changed about it is how you can get to it. You can still get to it through the application menu, but now there is a new palette here, and Purge is one of the options on it. Now what I really like about the new Purge is that we can sit here and check categories or check individual objects. It just makes for a very nice interface to make sure you're getting what you intend to get. And also, it lets you pick a few objects from one category and a few objects from another category, which was not something you could do before. So it just makes the whole interface a lot easier, and I think you'll be less likely to accidentally purge things you didn't intend. Now, they also separated out zero length geometry and empty text objects so that if for whatever reason you wanted to just purge one or the other, you can do that. Now, one of the really nice things they've done to it is how they've changed the non-purgeable items. So I have a layer here, so I'm in under layers called Purge Test. And one nice thing is they tell you right here the reason why it may not be able to be purged. This layer cannot be purged because it's being used. Now below they give you, in this case there's only one object on that layer. And they also give you a really nice little way to click on select objects and take you directly to that object. So I could change maybe the layer that that object is on to the appropriate layer it was supposed to be on. And then I can go back to my purge command. And this time go back in here, and purge test is now available to be purged. So I want to purge the checked items. Yes, I want to purge that item. So that's the new Purge interface. Now the next feature we're going to talk about are improvements in the Drawing Compare tool. Now to access the Drawing Compare tool, it's the same as it was last version when they introduced it. You go to Collaborate and go to Drawing Compare. Choose the drawing you want to compare it to and open that drawing. Now here's where the big differences take place. Before, it created a third drawing. This is all inside your current drawing. Now, the little gear here will show us the different colors and what they mean. Red means it's not in our current drawing, it's in the drawing we're comparing it to. Green means it's only in our current drawing, it's not in the other drawing. And everything that's gray is the same in both drawings. Now we have this little tool here that lets us zoom to each one of those changes that it put this cloud around. And we can keep moving to look at the changes. Now if we find a change where there are objects in the other drawing that are not in our current drawing, in other words red objects, I can go to this tool right here, the Import Objects tool. Now when I select this, it allows me to put a window around the objects I want to bring into this drawing. And now those objects are in my drawing, so they're no longer clouded and they're no longer red, they're gray like the other objects in my drawing. Now the button here, the Export Snapshot, basically would create what we got in the last version, which is a drawing that compares, or should I say combines, the objects in these two drawings you're comparing into one drawing. So that's the Drawing Compare tool. The next new feature we're going to talk about is the new Quick option under the Measure command. Now under the Measure command, so I'm on the Home tab of the ribbon, is a new Quick option. So when I select Quick, it will show me dimensions in real time as I move around. Now when you zoom in, the text size is automatically adjusted, so you don't have to worry about how zoomed in or zoomed out you are. In fact, in a lot of drawings it works much better when you are zoomed way in so you can see what you're wanting to get to real easy. And obviously it depends on how the geometry is drawn. Now when you see it put these little L shapes in the corners like you're seeing here, that's telling you what it sees at 90-degree angles. So that's what it's giving you the dimensions of in this yellow dimensions. Now it's also giving you some other, as you can see, gray dimensions. Now let me switch to some different types of geometry here. So let me switch over to another drawing. So now let me go back to the quick option under the measure. And as you can see, when you're touching objects, not only is it going to give you those dimensions if there are 90-degree objects that are in yellow, but these gray dimensions it gives you for all kinds of other things that are out there, radiuses and angles and that sort of stuff. So this is a very nice tool they've added to the tool chest. Now the other differences we're going to talk about are some interface and some speed changes. Not huge differences, but things that I want to point out. Now over in AutoCAD, I've got 2019 up top, and below it I've got the current 2020. Now we're in the dark color theme, and as you can see, the background is set up for much better contrast than we had before, so the icons are much more visible. It extends up into the area where our drawing version and name are. So it's not white like it is up in the 2019 version. Down here it has the same color. So it's aesthetically pleasing, and it very much enhances the icons and lets you see them better. The other real big difference that I'll talk about is the fact that save times are faster, and if you have an SSD drive, then install times is as much as 50% faster. So that is a big deal when you're installing the software. Just a couple little minor things that round out the changes to 2020. Thank you for watching another in our continuing series of 4-Minute Fridays from TPM. Look for us at tpm.com, or you can subscribe to TPM Solutions channel on YouTube. Once again, thank you for watching.